introduce you guys to Wok Wednesdays. Wok Wednesdays is a group of people who are fans of Grace Young and stir frying to the sky's edge. And what we're doing is we're kind of cooking the book kind of thing. And every couple of weeks there's a post on there about what recipes we're doing. And anyway, what I'm doing today is from page 128. It's velvet chicken with asparagus. So if you want the exact measurements, get the book. You can either buy it or go to your local library and check it out. Anyway, I've got some chicken, Shaoxing rice wine, salt, egg white, cornstarch, we're going to mix this up, and then this will be our velveted chicken, as we're going to boil this for just a couple of seconds. We're going to boil it for about a minute, not a couple of seconds. Anyway, we're going to boil it for a minute in simmering water, and then that'll make the chicken very nice and tender before we stir fry. Now, let's make our sauce. I've got some chicken stock, some rice wine, I've got some cornstarch and white pepper. Now, this is not going to make a real thick, heavy sauce like you get at the Chinese buffets. It'll just make a nice, slightly clingy sauce. That's the whole intention here. I've got some water boiling. I've got my asparagus all cut up. Nice, manageable sized pieces. I took the bottoms off, the real tough part. I threw that away, washed the asparagus, and then I cut it up into manageable pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here for about a minute until it turns nice and bright green, and then we'll take it out. Okay, my asparagus is ready to take out. This should set the color so that whenever we finish up, we have a nice bright green asparagus. I'm putting this in a colander so that the water will kind of drain off of it. Now, if I would have been cooking my asparagus ahead of time, like a couple hours ahead or something, I would go ahead and hit it with cold water. But I'm going to be using it here real soon, so I'm just going to let it sit over there hot. Anyway, now one thing I forgot to show you is on the chicken, after I got it mixed up real good and made sure there was no chunks of cornstarch, I hit it with a little bit of oil, and then I mixed that up. Anyway, we've got the water back to a boil. So what I got to do now is I got to put in some oil here. We're going to reduce our heat. And we're going to let this come to a simmer rather than a boil. Anyway, that ought to be fine. Probably cheating just a little bit. And we're going to put our chicken in here. And we're going to cook it till it just changes color. This will not take very long. Alright, now I've been stirring my chicken. It's almost what I want. I still see a little bit of pink spots here and there, but we'll just keep that moving. And here in just a few seconds, that'll be done. Now, it's not going to be cooked, but it's going to be done with this step. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this in a colander, and then I'll shake off the excess water, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, wok is just about hot, starting to smoke. We're going to put a little oil in here. Swirl it around a little bit. I think I need a little bit more. Now, one thing, she says to use a metal spoon, but when I'm shooting the video, that makes a lot of noise, so I'm using a silicone spoon. Anyway, so I am kind of breaking away from the recipe just a little bit, but I think it'll be just fine. All right, oil's hot. Put our ginger and garlic in here. Infuse the oil. We'll add our asparagus. Give that a stir. Sprinkle a little salt. Put our chicken in. Oop, piece of asparagus hit the floor. Okay, our chicken's been in here for about a minute now. Everything's kind of come back up to temperature. We're going to re-stir our sauce, make sure there's not, all the stuff sunk to the bottom, make sure it's out. We're going to add this into the pan. Continue cooking. This is almost done. As you can see, the sauce is thickening up and it's kind of clinging to everything. And by this time, the chicken should be fully cooked. I think that's good right there. I'm going to go ahead and plate this up. Okay, so how did I do? Let's find out. Chicken's nice and tender, very velvety, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now I think I overcooked the asparagus a little bit. Still got some crunch, but I did kind of overcook that a little bit, but it's still delicious. So anyway, the dish turned out really good. I'm very happy with it. But I'm going to put a link down below to the Wok Wednesdays homepage and their Facebook page. Please be sure to check them out, and perhaps you'll sign up and join along with the fun.